Let go. As I always say, what it is, what it was, what it always will be. You tuned in to your boy, Miss You Never Heard That Before, live and direct in the building like those. What's up, man? I'm taking you all the way to episode 9, man. Thank you to my fans. Thank everybody that's following, subscribing, and following me along the journey. Episode 9, what we talking about today? Today, our focus is going to be why the environment shapes your future. So I'm going to let you ride in for a minute. Like I said, from Como to Abu Dhabi, Miss You Never Heard That Before. Make sure you following my thoughts every day on the channel. Share, subscribe, make your comments, reflect on your boy. But let's drop it. You never know what I might do. You never know what the dealer might do. Sit back, relax, and watch me lace it like shit. What? You never know. You know, I say, like, when I start my episodes, I always like to roll on it for a minute now. The songs that I'm always playing, they brought in part to you by the best of bros. Fur, Headman, Fam Rick. Shouts out, man. Young Fur, my brother Chris, my brother Manuel. And it's a very special episode. All of these episodes are going to be very special for this year. You know why? Because it's celebrating the 20th anniversary of the homecoming of my grandmother, Earlene McGriff, 8/10/06. So I'll always like to let it ride. Hopefully you guys caught all episodes, the 8, the 7, the 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 countdown. I'm baptized. And by the way, make sure if you in Dubai, you in the UAE, that you check out the short and sweet. The short and sweet. What's the short and sweet, you ask? It's it's a festival of plays, theater. So it's like, I think we have 46 10-minute plays. It's gonna be brought to you in park over 2 to 3 weekends timing. So if you come check me out, I'll be on the weekend of May the 2nd and 3rd in 2 plays myself. The Wedding and Disaster. Okay, it's just some fly, there's some eagles. I'm just dropping it for a minute. Thank you guys for following me. I ain't gonna hold you too much for today. I might hold you today for about 20 minutes at the most. Hey, till I RIP, bruh. You never know what the dude might do. I really dropped you a real nice episode last time. Remember, I'm doing the sports too. So the last episode I dropped you was about sports, the Final Four. But remember, I'm new to this too, man. I'm vibing with you boys. Don't get me wrong, I ain't new to entertainment, but I'm new to dropping these YouTube things. So I kind of broke a protocol of copyright because I actually had M to the Jeezy highlights playing in the back, so they flagged me. So I had to cancel the episode, even though it was a 30-minute live episode about the Final Four. And I actually came up right. I picked Michigan to win, and I also picked UConn to win. And I picked Michigan to win the championship as they did, but I thought it was going to be a blowout. But RP Michael Hicks, my dad, you know, he's from Michigan. Let me round you boys. All right, so let's take you in the building like those real quick. So, what we talking about now? Like I said before, episode 9. Miss You Never Heard That Before. I'm dropping you to you. The title of this episode is Why the Environment Shapes Your Future. Why, you might ask? That's what I'm here to let you know. Miss You Never Heard That Before. Remember, my show, I'm just dropping you this. I know if you title the same old. Don't get me wrong. They're all, every podcast you see, every show you're going to see, we're going to basically have the same review. I mean, not the same reviews, but the same stories. But it's just, what sets you apart? Because my friends asked me, why would you have a podcast? What sets you apart from everybody doing this and doing that? Your take on it, your view, your perspective. And I'm all the way from Como to Abu Dhabi to Dubai. So my perspective blends in the United States, Fort Worth, which is already hard. Like Como, Texas, very few have that perspective. And all the way to Dubai. Nobody I know have moved. And I've been in the UAE for 11 years, me and my family. So 11 years of this concept. I was living in the UAE and Abu Dhabi and Dubai before people thought it was cool to even travel there. So right now I'm just sowing my royal oats. I feel like shouts out to sowing my royal oats coming to America. So anyway, so why the environment shapes your future? You ask me why? I'm here to tell you. Stay where you are right now. Stay where you are right now. And this kind of reminds me of the talk that you have when you join college. You know what I'm saying? You go to college and they be like, wherever you're sitting right now, look around you. Look to the person to the left. Look to the person to your right. 9 times out of 10, the person to your left is going to be gone. They're not going to be here. Blase. Shouts out to Sheridan. I know who I mean when I say Sheridan. That's a throwback right there. Anyway, stay where you are right now. Don't move. Look around you. Cannon to the left. Cannon to the right of them. Just look. The people, the energy, the environment, that's what's shaping you. You know what I'm saying? It's not like you really shape yourself. It's the people around you, your environment, your experiences, the room that you're in. That's what's shaping you. Even you don't realize it yet. That's what shapes you. So, I'm going to break it down into about like maybe 5 segments. I'm just freestyling. I'm going to break it. What's good about me is anybody that knows me, when you're paying attention to my show, when you come in to check in, when you're in the building like those, a lot of time I'm freestyling. Like this is just live and direct. I don't look at my show after I'm dropping. I don't edit it. You getting live and direct. This is as close you can get to being live. It's really live. I'm just recording it and then posting it later. But it's live. I'm not changing anything. You get what you get, the live, raw, freestyle, uncovered, uncensored. It's just me. So, segment 1, I'm going to talk to you about the subconscious absorption. And don't think I'm Stephen A. Smith because I'm saying these words. I actually did go to college and get my master's at the same time. I don't know if he did. He just averaged 1 point a game. Shouts out to Matt Barnes, who they beefing right now. But anyway, so you don't become, you don't become who you are or your future overnight. What does that mean? It means you become it very slowly. You become who you intend or who you plan on being very, very slowly. Through repetition, through exposure, through what feels normal every day. So your everyday thing, when you let swing, it remains the same. What you do every day, it shapes who you end up or who you intend to be. See, that's the part that people underestimate, in my opinion. You're always adapting. You're adapting to your environment. You're adapting to what's happening around you. You're adapting to your family. So you're always adapting. You're always growing. That's what we are as a species. You're always growing and adapting. Okay, not just when you just try to do so, but when you're not even thinking about it. When you're not even thinking about it, you're becoming who you are. That's why the man above is so incredible. This life thing that we're living in, that we're going through together simultaneously, is shaping you, even when you don't know it. The jokes you hear, the music you listen to, the TV that you watch, the mindset, the people that are around you, the status that people accept. That becomes your baseline. So that becomes your baseline. So whatever you think is okay, your natural train of thought, that becomes your baseline. So when something becomes normal, to you, you stop questioning it because you just go with the flow. We're human. So you stop questioning everything. You just go with the flow and you just stop questioning. You know what I'm saying? You become exactly who I say I am. And if I wasn't, I wouldn't even say I am. So you just become that. Your environment shapes you. And me being the educator that I am, I understand how this really goes. So the environment versus your identity. Not the id versus the ego or anyway, whoever follows Piaget will know what I'm talking about. So you keep saying, I'm disciplined. I'm focused. I'm different. Ain't nothing like guys, women too, you know what I'm talking about. I'm different. But your environment that you're in is stronger than your intentions. Your environment is stronger than your intentions. No matter how much of a great person you intend to be or even a bad person you might intend to be, your environment is stronger than your intentions. You know what I'm saying? It's like you can't think big in a space. You can't be big in a space that breeds small thinking. If that makes sense. And it should. Like, you can't think big. If your environment, the space that you're working in, that you're living in, if it just breeds small thinking, you can't stay consistent. You can't stay consistent in a place that's built on distractions because we're human. Distractions will distract you. And sometimes the distraction won't take you away from your goal or your mindset for 5 minutes. You could be in the wilderness and it could just take you away from your true being for 40 years. Like distractions are something else, man. That's why the whole plan is to distract you from who you are. Because the distraction can last you a lifetime if you're not handling it correctly. Eventually you adjust. Not because, listen, you don't adjust to your surroundings because you're weak. You adjust to your surroundings because you're human. That's in the human nature. Like you can't help yourself but to be human. You know what I'm saying? And that's hard to realize. Like, you shouldn't be mad at yourself for adjusting to your surroundings and who you are, who you follow, who you're around, or what you watch, or what you take in. You're just human. You're human. Sometimes you got to give yourself some grace because you're human. Sometimes you might fall to those traps that are set up for you to fall. But it's your job to make sure you're surrounding yourself with people that are not setting you up for those traps. It's like you have invisible programming. Invisible programming. You know what I'm saying? Okay, let's take it a little bit deeper. You think you're choosing your own life. You think that it's up to me. I'm choosing what I do. Like I'm the one that's choosing to go this way. How did you mess up? Well, I chose to go this way. I chose to go this way. Nah, you think you're choosing your life? Most of what you do is already influenced. A lot of things that you choose to do are influenced by your environment, by the people you hang around, by the spaces you're living in. It's already influenced. The way you think about money, how you spend your money, what you do with your money, how you save your money, how you spend your money. It's influence. The way you handle pressure. The way you handle pressure is influence. You might see your mom or your dad handle pressure a certain way. You might see your significant other handle pressure a certain way. You absorb it. Like I call it, the invisible programming. The way you define success. You online all day long. You on Instagram. You on TikTok. You on YouTube. When you see people that are success, we talked about this a little bit in my episode 8. Whatever you see online is how you handle success or how you handle pressure. Is what you're programmed invisibly to do. If you're watching these things 8 hours a day, chances are you're going to follow that. It's because it's already embedded inside of you. Me and my wife right now, we're trying our best to keep our daughter off of different social media, social outlets. She loves YouTube. She loves YouTube. But if we let our daughter stay on YouTube for 6 hours a day and we teach her for a couple hours a day, what do you think she's going to follow? What she's spending most of her time with. And that's how it works. She's human. So the way you define success, the way you handle pressure, the way you think about money, that doesn't come from nowhere. It comes from what you spend most of your time with. You're human. That's what it comes from. It doesn't come from nowhere. It comes from that. So it came from what you're surrounded by. Your environment doesn't just affect your behavior. Your environment, it doesn't just affect your behavior. It programs your belief. So your environment doesn't affect your behavior. It programs what you believe in. Time means a lot. For example, when I was in middle school, I went to William James Middle School, Fort Worth, Texas. If you hang around, and we talked about it before, my friend Aiden, Pat, Rick, Q, we talked about this before. Like, let's say that you like a certain thing, whether it's sports, whether it's whatever you're watching. If you're around somebody long enough, it programs what you believe in. Who do you believe in? That's why religion is so vital. If you go to the same church over and over and over again, if your grandmother, your mother keep instilling these certain, that's why it's so important. I used to be a teacher a long time ago in Houston, Texas. And I used to always say, but well, teachers influence kids because they hang around the kids more than the parents do. That's true. But the household is where you learn these things. How do you learn to be a capable citizen? How do you learn to be about how to be a capable human being in society? You learn that from the people that you surrounded with self. First, your family, your environment, it shapes you. It programs your belief. So where's the disconnect coming from? Where's the disconnect? Now here's the part. Okay, follow me this. So this was bothering you. Not saying that I know, but I'm just speaking from experience. This was starting to bother you. You've been feeling off. Some places or some environments don't feel right anymore. You know, if let's say you've been in this one. I can take you to an example like this. I was an educator in America for 9 or 10 years. Forgive me for my recollection, but for 9 years before I left to move to the UAE. And so it was like, I started to feel off. And then like, it was a personal, if you want to be a teacher working in education, or if you're a nurse or a doctor, you're not doing it for the praise. You're not doing it for somebody to say, thank you, I appreciate it. I'm so glad you did this or that. No, you're doing it for the love or just because you just want to help people. Right? So you start feeling off. You're like, you know what? I just don't feel right anymore in the same position. So I decided to move. I decided to get out of it. Like, even if I would keep the same job, I want to be around a different set of people or a different environment where maybe I could get a different kind of respect. Maybe I can feel a different type of autonomy for what I'm doing. Neither here nor there, but wherever you surround yourself with, whatever something's bothering you, you might want to move your environment or change your environment so it can shape you in a different way. It doesn't feel right anymore. Some conversations don't interest you anymore. You just don't feel like the same person that you were. Some people just like to change. You just might want to change. It doesn't interest you anymore. You don't fully understand why you're feeling this change or this this sensation in you that makes you want to try something different. It's not confusion. You just start becoming aware. You become aware of who you are, of aware of what you want to do, of what you want to strive to, how you want to change, your capabilities. You start being aware of it. And it's nothing like becoming aware of who you are or what you want to do. That awareness is like, it's like a rebirth, shall I say. So you start seeing what you used to ignore. I used to ignore that I wasn't doing this or doing that, or that people overlooked me all the time, or I wasn't accomplishing the same goals I want. Or I was stagnant. My big brothers always tell me, if you're in a job for more than 2 or 3 years at a time, you need to move around because you become stagnant. You start building these habits, bad habits that you don't know that you're building because you're in that moment. People from the out. That's why it's so good. I talked about this in episode 7. That's why it's so good to have a partner, no matter if it's a friend, a family member, a significant other. It's so good to have a partner that you can talk to, that can actually tell you when you're doing the wrong thing, you're stagnant, that this person can push you or pull you. By the way, I'm always giving a plug to myself. Check out just my thoughts when I talked about this the other day, when I talked about push and pull. Push and pull can either put you in the right direction or move you away from that direction. So push and pull. So always be in a situation where somebody can push you or pull you in the right direction, right? So you start seeing what you used to ignore. But once you start to see it, you cannot see it. You cannot see when you find something that you didn't see or you wasn't noticing at first, and you see it, you cannot see it. You can't change what's already been changed. You can't do it. You're there. So let's talk about making a decision. So now, again, what we're talking about, your environment that's shaping your future. So now you got a decision to make. Do you stay do you stay in what's familiar? Or do you know what I'm saying? It's nothing wrong with being stagnant. If you let's say you make $1 million a year, like, you know what? I'm comfortable where I am. I like what I'm doing. I'm okay. I don't want to do any better. I'm just okay being where I am now. That's fine. That's all fine and dandy. But if you want to step into something, if you want to change, if you want to grow, step into something that forces you to grow. Be uncomfortable. Challenge yourself to be uncomfortable. Step into something that forces you to grow. Because environment isn't neutral. It's not. Your environment that you live in is not neutral. It doesn't keep you at the same place. Even if you're just staying stagnant. Stagnant may be a wrong word for it because that gives a negative connotation. But doing the same thing over and over again, that you could be successful at doing the same thing over and over again. Don't get me wrong. But you got the decision to make. Because your environment is not neutral. There's no such thing as neutral for your environment. It's either pulling you forward or holding you in place. You got to choose. Do you want to choose something that's stretching you out? That's forcing you to grow? Because your environment is not neutral. It's either pulling you forward or holding you in place. And staying the same, that's not achieving more. It's not. Growth doesn't come from being stagnant. So think about this. You don't need more motivation. You really don't. Now, motivation helps, but let's be intrinsic. External motivation is a detriment to your growth. If you always need somebody to tell you, oh, you're doing good, oh, you look good, and that's the problem with us as a people. And I talked about this before again on my just my thoughts. Nobody should define who you feel like you are as a person. They shouldn't. Do these things for you. When you on the plane and that plane is going down, save yourself first. Then you can go help somebody else. You don't need people to motivate you. Do these things for yourself. And then when you do these things for yourself, those things will rub off on others or will help others or let others help you. So you don't need more motivation. You need a different environment. Surround yourself with people that surround you. Surround yourself with a support system. If nobody supports you, if they're not there to help you, if they're not there to inspire you to do better, get a different environment. Because the right environment will push you when you feel like you're stopping. So when you're standing still, if you're surrounding yourself with the right environment, the right people, they will push you into the right direction. They will push you to strive harder. They will push you to be the best you. They will. Won't he do it? They will. Surround yourself with a good environment. I know a lot of people say, I'm not. You are who you surround. It used to be a thing. Me and my cousin Smith, rest in peace. It used to be a big thing we used to always talk about back in the day. You are who you hang with. It used to be a big thing we used to always talk about. You are who you hang with. And that was a crazy thing. That had to be like in, 97, 98, 99, 2000. You are who you hang with. You hate to hear that. You be like, I'm stronger than that. Like, I can't, these people don't influence me. You are who you hang with. Your environment means so much. Your environment shapes you. You are who you hang around. So you don't need more motivation. You need a different environment, because the right environment will push you into moving forward when you're stopping. They'll challenge you. They won't let you just agree with what you think is acceptable. They'll make you grow. They'll help you spread your wings. They will remind you who you're supposed to be. That used to be one of my screensavers in my phone for the longest time. Never forget who you are. Because life, experiences, people, they will make you forget who you are. And to be honest, no matter if that's good or bad, if you even have to remember the bad you to get back to the new you or the better you, it's okay. Don't let people facilitate you forgetting who you are. It's nothing like remembering who you are. When you remember who you are, it can get you out a lot of things. Remember, never forget who you are. Never forget who you are. And I'm talking to everybody, even personally. Never forget who you are. Change your environment, and you will change your future. And that's me. You never heard that before. Follow and share. Subscribe. I told you I'm only going to keep you for 20 minutes. Never, if you didn't take nothing from this episode, I know I've been jumping, but like I said before, it's freestyle. It's off the brain. A lot of these things, a lot of times when I'm dropping these episodes, it's really based off of just my thoughts. So again, like I said, I dropped a daily. Happy Monday, happy Tuesday, happy Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I drop them every single day. If you need that inspiration, you need that motivation, you need to just link up with me and listen for a minute, check them out every single day from Como to Abu Dhabi. Miss you never heard that before. I'm dropping them for you. So a lot of times when I'm dropping these episodes, my live episodes, it's really an extension to those things. So their environment shaping your future is really something that's personal to me. A lot of things are personal. I'm keeping it real. You know what I'm saying? I'll let you know. I mean, Enter the Dragon. Ooh, dragon, dragon, dragon. I don't want to make me unleash the dragon. I don't want to make me unleash the dragon. Shouts out to Cisco. But anyway, man, I'm letting go on you boys. So what we talked about today, let's regroup. We talked about why your environment shapes your future. We talked about how your subconscious is absorbed. So no matter if you like it or not, now if you know it or not, you're changing, you're being developed by your environment. We talked about how your environment versus your identity. Your environment really shapes your identity, believe it or not. So it's up to you to balance those things. You got to balance it. We talked about the invisible program and how your mind, your actions, your capabilities are shaped invisibly. They're programmed by what's going on in your life. We talked about the disconnect, how stuff that's bothering you, how you're feeling off, you're really feeling disconnected. It's up to you to connect back, plug it in, get the charge port. We talked about the decision you have to make, and it is what it is right now. So like I said before, man, all you got to do is follow your boy, subscribe, share. I'm dropping deep stuff on you, pals, every single time. I'm going to start dropping some, I got a couple interviews that's coming up. I got a couple friends, people down here that's from America, the United States I am, and they doing big things down here. Got my friend DJ, my boy Travis, going to drop in for an interview with me from the Atlanta G-town. So I'm going to be dropping a couple of interviews. My boy Barry, he's from Ireland, but he's here for a minute. I'm going to be dropping some interviews with that boys. Unless you might drop in on me to show you some of our merchandise as I've showed you before. So it is what it is, man. Like I said, follow me, subscribe. You got to check out those Just My Thoughts, dropping every single day. Happy Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And again, if you in Dubai, New Covenant Theater, Short and Sweet Festival. I mean, 2 plays. I can show you, but I can tell you. I don't want to drop it on you boys, but you know me. My memory ain't what it used to be. So let me tell you what I got for you boys. Give me 1 sec. Got a couple of big shows coming up. Forgive you, forgive me, forgive you, you, me, whatever. You be raised. So, drop you something. But you got to follow me to be able to see these things. They might have good tickets for you going up. But the first one I got for you is called The Wedding Table. The Wedding Table. Dropping soon. That's your boy in the middle. I'll read it to you. It says, The Wedding Table, starring Marcus McGriff, Mutho Rahman, Saya Najajan, Donna Will You. They're going to be mad at me for not being able to pronounce their names right, man. See, nationwide, that's what happened. When you travel around the world, all around the world, same song. It's hard to pronounce some of these names, so they got to forgive me. 2nd and 3rd of May, 2026 at 7 p.m. at the New Covenant Garden Theater. 10-minute play. It was written by your girl, by Than. I'm going to keep it like that. All right, what else I got for you? I'm in another play. The other play I'm in is called Disaster. That's me in the front. Disaster. There's no escape for anyone. A 10-minute ensemble thriller. Thriller in Manila. May 2nd and 3rd at 3 p.m. So this one will be first. 3 p.m. Still practicing them lines. As a matter of fact, I got rehearsal on Sunday. Be there or be square. L7. New Covenant Garden Theater. The Mall of the Emirates. Get your tickets on platinumlist.com. Short and sweet theater. New Covenant Garden Theater. It's your boy, man. Check me out, man. I think this might be one of my first times doing theater. So, done a lot of commercials, TV shows, short films. But in theater, it's my time to shine. You know what I call you, son? Because you shine like one. It's your boy. Like I said, all these shows this month, next month, all the way to August 10th, 06, going to be dedicated to my granny, Earlene McGriff. Holla at your boy, Sherry. Everybody that know me. And everybody that don't, you will soon. It's your boy, man. Yeah. Oh, my fault. Everybody asked me to drop something new. I apologize. Forgive me for holding you too long. Got something for you. They wanted me to drop this. And here we go. We're going to go out to. We're going to go out to this. We're going to go out to this. Thank you for the barber. It's your outro to this. Just ride with me. Just ride with me like you ain't got your license. Just get in the passenger seat and ride. My grandma, we started telling my granny where we going. She was like, boy, just ride. Just ride. R.I.P. Granny. R.I.P. Tosh. R.I.P. Aunt Jackie. R.I.P. Pops. Mike. R.I.P. Bernadette. We're letting it ride on you boys. R.I.P. Mike Lacey. Hey. Let it ride, man. R.I.P. Joyce. R.I.P. Uncle Eric. R.I.P. Mary. Who's letting it ride on you boys? Who would I not be if I didn't do it? Come on, Abu Dhabi. Yeah. R.P. Smith. Lottie Dottie. 159. Same, you know what, Mace. Holla at me, man. Episode 10 coming soon. Yeah.